Wood players, and they definitely look tired. They're trying to run a double team here and get some steals. There's one right here.
And we got a foul called, and stopping the break is Carrie Shields. It's actually a good foul, otherwise it's an uncontested layup.
I don't think she meant it, but she did stop the breakaway layup, absolutely.
So 1-1 coming up for Taylor Peltzer. You know, Archbishop Wood won only one Catholic League championship. It was back in 1982 when Debbie Black, who went on to star at St. Joe's and in the WNBA, was playing at Wood.
She also played in Australia a lot of years. You know what her nickname was? The Tasmanian Devil. She was a one-man press.
She's now an assistant at Ohio State.
Great program. Football, men's basketball, women's basketball. They got it going on there in Columbus right now.
Absolutely. Peltzer good at the free throw line. 38-33. All of a sudden, it's a 5-point game, a two-possession game as Wood is trailing. Carroll has the lead in the ball with 2:40 to go.
You almost think Wood perhaps would wish they were in a different foul situation with only 3 team fouls.
Maybe you want to give a couple right here.
That's what I was thinking. I think they're going to go for steals first. There's still enough time, 2:25 to go.
Carroll has been very patient and very adept at not turning the ball over here in the second half. Carrie Shields doing a nice job with her teammates out front, in particular Conley, who has the basketball now.
We're going to try to double team.
And there's the foul, stops the clock. The foul going to be called on Lisa Strack. 2:04 remaining.
And I think the strategy, Jim Ritchie, if he's thinking along the lines that I'm thinking right now, he's going to foul 2 more quick times right here, and then they're going to try to foul anybody but Shields and try to get the ball back with the 1-on-1. They don't seem to be able to get the ball here in the regular set. Close to a backcourt there.
A little bit of a bump from Robinson, but no foul called. And now they call a timeout. Does Archbishop Carroll with 1:55 to play?
Might see an offense-defense switch because Ashley Robinson has the 3 personal fouls. I guess at this juncture it doesn't matter.
Well, we talked about some of the great players we have seen coming out of these programs. Take a look at some of the Wood alums who have gone on to play at the next level.
Whether you see Caitlin Slover and Claire Satars, Caitlin McFadden from the Vikings alumni. Very good players. The Patriots are loaded. Cherise Graham, maybe the best player to ever play at Carroll. She's now at Goldie Beacom, where she has a rebirth in her college career. Andrea Peterson has transferred to Drexel, played in that 5 overtime game a couple of weeks ago. Anangi Stovall at Virginia, her brother Maurice in the NFL. And Danielle Costantino was another great player at Rider University. Katie Holzer's doing a nice job at Richmond. So a lot of famous Patriots have done really well out of this girls basketball program, which has won 4 championships in the last 10 years or so. There you see some of their student body. And Bert Grossman used to play for the Eagles, was a Archbishop Carroll grad.
Well, while we're doing that, Wood has one more noted alum. How about that Kelly Greenberg? Used to be head coach here at Penn and now the head basketball coach, women's side at BU.
Yep. She's done some great things in women's basketball. Absolutely. But ice cream looked good, didn't it? You didn't even see it, did you?
I wasn't looking at the ice cream.
Okay.
Same one that died, I've tuned it out. 1:55 to go. Carroll waiting for Wood to get back on the floor. And I would think if I was Barry Kirsch, I told my players, I want the ball in Carrie Shields' hands, and that's it. You know they're going to foul. We're going to get to the line, and I want my best free throw shooter to be on the line.
It doesn't matter quite yet because Wood's only got 14 fouls. They got to wait to get 7. Let's see if they're going to foul right away. I thought they would, but apparently they're not. They're going to go for a steal. There's one.
Yep, that's a hold.
Nobody's in foul trouble except Robinson, who's got 3. I always like using this strategy because I feel if you could send someone to the line, you get a miss one-on-one opportunity, you get the ball back. It's the best chance you have to get the ball back if you can't get the steal right away. Give yourself maybe 10 seconds. But you can't let too much time go off the clock.
Another quick foul.
That Kelly got hit there, I think.
Yep, Deanne Kelly got swiped from Parsons. Kelly shakes it off. And now we have a timeout taken by Barry Kirsch.
And I believe he's taking this timeout to make sure they get the ball in Shields' hands. Exactly what you're saying. Hey, now we're going to the foul line, guys. Now we can't just pass it around to our 50% foul shooter, our 60%. We want to give it to our 86% foul shooter in Kerry Shields.
Well, if you're watching this game on demand and enjoying it, we can tell you that the basketball action does not stop on CNA. Top Catholic teams from the area on the boys' side will compete in the Alhambra tournament. You'll see teams like Roman, Newman, St. Joe's Prep taking on some other great teams from the DC area like the Math and Towson Catholic and others. That'll be Saturday, March the 17th at 6:30 only on CNA.
It's always a great postseason tournament. Roman Catholic's been invited. They won their first championship since 2000 on the boys' side.
Knocking off Newman Goretti. Won that one by a score of 59-56 here at the Palestra. Here, 1:46 to play. Carroll with a 38-33 lead. And with the basketball out front is Shields. Got a high post. Quickly, they'll pass it. Kelly with a skip pass to Comley. Clock's down to 1:35. And here, head coach Jim Ritchie saying, take one now. Looking for a foul. There's a push, and that'll stop the clock. Unfortunately, they fouled Shields.
Well, not really sure if I understand what's happened there. Archbishop Wood had many opportunities to foul anybody but Shields, but they do foul Shields right here.
Gonna get a couple quick subs as Wells checks in along with Mershon. There's Wells. Jim Ritchie looks on, sees his team down 38-33, and Shields at the free throw line, and she makes the first.
Well, that shouldn't be a surprise.
Nope, not at 86.3%.
I think pretty much every guys team in the area, Philadelphia, South Jersey, Delaware, will be happy to have this foul shooter on their team.
She makes the pair, 40-33. It's a 7-point differential with 1:24 to play. Not insurmountable, but it becomes just that much tougher.
Carroll doing a great job with the lead, taking time off the clock, finally getting foul shots, making both. That's great execution.
On the drive here, Greenfield left it a little short. Good rebound. Shields is fouled right away.
Smart play by Shields, holding onto that ball as long as she can. She doesn't want to give it up. She knows it's her job right here down the stretch to go to the line. Great job by coaches Kirsch and McGilvery over there on the Carroll sideline to call the timeout, make sure, hey, down the stretch, let's not forget who we've got. Kerry Shields, an 86% foul shooter.
Absolutely. Made her last two at the line. As Coach Kirsch looks on, sees another one roll in for the sophomore.
Maybe not the most dominating team they've had at Carroll over the years with their other championships in 2000 and 2003, 2004. But a very, very effective team, very smart team, a young team that's really executed and bought into the system.
42-33, Archbishop Carroll leading with 57 seconds to go. This pass almost comes in the backcourt. Greenfield gets it inside. Strack scores, and a quick timeout taken by head coach Jim Ritchie.
Time for Jim Ritchie to get into some kind of full court pressure here. Again, you can't waste time. If the ball gets inbounds, you got to foul right away.
47 seconds to play, 42-35, Archbishop Carroll at one point trailed by 9 in the first half, had a great run, took its first lead to start the third quarter, and they really haven't looked back since.
No, they haven't. They wilted them down with their pressure. Great team play, great substitution patterns, and it worked out. Let's take a look at this last basket right here by Strack as she drives hard to the basket, uses the backboard, knocks it home, cutting this lead to 7. Maybe a little too late. They're going to need a couple steals, or they're going to need some missed foul shots from Carroll to have a chance. There you see Tarnowski. You know she wanted to play in this game badly.
She dressed for the game, came out to not go through warm-ups, but was out there with her team nonetheless.
I remember getting a phone call from someone in the girls basketball industry telling me about her injury in October that was pretty bad, and they weren't expecting her back right then and there. They knew it was a bad injury, but she's been a good sport about it. She's been rehabbing. She does the layup lines with the team, and she's been playing on her own, but she can't play the full contact just yet. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot about her next year.
She'll be back.
I don't know if they're paying her to be a coach, though.
Take a look at that scar on the right knee. Tore that ACL, and
that had to hurt.
Got to take a lot of vitamin E and ointment to make that scar go away.
What a shame.
42-35, Carroll And there's the foul right away, a hard foul. And this time they did foul Meg Pearson. Now Pearson's a fairly good shooter.
Well, I imagine they're all good shooters, but nobody's going to be as good as Shields.
But as far as the free throw percent, a 70.5 shooter at the stripe.
Well, that's really exceptional. Most college men's players shoot in that 67 to 68% range. Most pros are in the 72, 73% range, so she's right there.
Another big free throws right here for the junior. She got the first. 43-35. You know, you got to make your free throws down the stretch, and Carroll pretty much has done that today.
They've done all the right things down the stretch here. They haven't panicked at all. They've taken time off the clock. They're 4 for 4 from the line. The players who make the right decisions have the basketball in their hands. It's good coaching.
There's a traveling violation. Sam Greenfield got ahead of herself. 2 more subs into the game.
Well, Alyssa Parsons looked like she was coming out on the wing there, but never did. They're taking Robinson right out to go for the quick team here. Quick steal team, 5 guards in the contest. Well, maybe 4 guards in Peltzer.
40 seconds to play, 44-35 on the inbounds. Nice catch there by Parsons. Dribble up, and she's fouled right away. Or Pearson, rather.
It's actually kind of an interesting play. She was triple team. Didn't realize there was actually 4 girls on her, so she pivoted her entire body and knocked into Greenspan, and actually Greenspan got called for the foul there for just being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
35 seconds remaining. 2 coming up for Meg Pearson. First team all-cap performer makes the first. And here come the subs. Mershon is in. Cole comes out. Also just checking in is Lauren Wells. 45-35, back to a 10-point differential, make it 11. 11-point lead for Archbishop Carroll with 34 seconds to go. It looks like they're going to win their 6th Catholic League championship at Archbishop Carroll. Here's a drive. Going to have an offensive foul called on Lisa Strack.
More pressure coming up here for Carroll.
Get the ball handlers in. Take a look at the offensive foul.
Number 24, Meg Pearson doing it again. Got a superstar second half. Real breakout game for Pearson.
Absolutely. Blocking foul called on Ashley Robinson with 17 seconds to go. And that should just about do it. 46-35, 11-point advantage, and Robinson just didn't have the day that she wanted to have. Defense collapsed on her and made her almost a non-factor in the second half.
Well, Pearson did a great job on her, as did Caitlin Cole when she was in the game.
And now Archbishop Wood will clear the bench. Karen checks in, along with Bioris.
Great season for Archbishop Wood. A lot of people didn't think the Vikings could make it this year.
Emily Rowan checks in as well, along with Kelly Young.
I'd imagine they'll be preseason top 5 in the area next year as well. Archbishop Carroll.
Jen Maxwell dribbles out front, may get the final shot. It's going to be short, and Archbishop Carroll wins this ball game, coming from behind. And Carroll wins it 48-35 to win their 6th Catholic League championship. Celebration time here at the Palestra for Barry Kirsch, the 13th year head coach, and his Patriots from Archbishop Carroll in a 48-35 victory over Archbishop Wood. Stay tuned as the post game is coming up. We'll be back to the Palestra in just a moment.
If you think going bald is something you just...
For the Patriots from Archbishop Carroll.
Well, it was a breakout game for Meg Pearson. Number 24 on Archbishop Carroll had a terrific game as she dominated inside, drew a charge, made some baskets inside, made a couple 3-pointers. Great defense, blocking a shot. She was the key, but Carroll's overall team effort, they rotated 10, 11 players. Barry Kirsch did a wonderful job coaching the team and leading to the championship game here today. They really played an outstanding game. I thought I was most impressed with how they played with the lead, how they ran the clock out, how they made their foul shots, how they did everything they wanted once they had the lead 5 to 7 points at the end of the contest.
Yeah, Wood had a 9-point lead early but could not hold on. Let's take a look at some final stats, and you'll see that the 3-point field goal percentage finally did go up for the Patriots. They only had one in the first half, but the second half, they found it from beyond the arc a few more times.
Well, they started 1 for 10, missed their next 2, and then they knocked in, I think, 3 in a row. Their free throws, 13 for 16, was very good. Bench points, obviously, for Carroll was really good. And rebounding, they ended up having a big rebounding advantage, even though it was tied at halftime. So that was another big factor. I really thought they did a great job neutralizing Ashley Robinson, the great sophomore young center for Archbishop Wood, and that was a really big key.
Well, another thing to remember, no seniors on either one of these teams, so the cupboard won't be bare on either side. Well, hope you enjoyed our coverage as Archbishop Carroll wins this one by the score of 48-35. Some people to thank, Pat Boyle and Dave Falcione, and also Joe Setti from the Catholic League. Thanks to Peggy Kowalski and her staff from the University of Pennsylvania. Now for Drexel Wright, our director, our producer Brian Morrow, and for Jeremy Trickman, I'm Mick Monaghan. Thanks for joining us this time around from the Palestra. And once again, the final score, 48-35. The Philadelphia Girls Catholic League Championship goes to the Patriots from Archbishop Carroll. So long, everybody.
for your life. You're a shooting star. All those years, no one knows just how hard you worked. But now it shows that one shining moment you reached deep inside. In one shining moment you knew you were alive. Feel the beat of your heart, feel the wind in your face. It's more than a contest, it's more than a race. And when it's done, win or lose, you always did your best. 'Cause inside you knew that one shining moment you reached for the sky. One shining moment you knew. One shining moment you willing to try. One shining moment you knew.